Overgrown rats, walking corpses, and geriatric lunatics. All viable options, battling it out for the worst faction in Warhammer. But they all pale in comparison to the French. And when I went about my normal morning routine, that's when it hit me. My worst nightmare had come true. I myself had become French. Luckily, there's one faction that I despise even more than the baguette-eating Europeans. Those goddamn tree-hugging hippies. Our goal today is to survive the hippie apocalypse, which will trigger anywhere from turn 30. But these aren't your normal hippies. No, I've modded them. So now these endgame armies are stronger, faster, and instead of getting high on weed, they now take copious amounts of speed. Now, if we're going to survive this apocalypse, we're going to need more than just a bottle of red wine and a beret. Luckily, we have tanks. Oh yeah, and Gatling guns. Thanks to some mods. Now, even the French are cool. Can we survive hordes of coked up, genetically engineered hippies? Or will the French get subjugated for the second time in under 100 years? Gentlemen, welcome to the second channel. Subscribe now, or I'll fucking shoot. I swear I'll shoot. Sorry, let's begin. We start our journey in the heart of a bustling Paris, and we're surrounded by a bunch of other Parisians. I still haven't made my mind up as to whether or not that's a good thing, because today, I myself am French. But wait, it gets worse. How can it get worse? You're already French, you say. Well, let me explain. Anywhere from turn 30, we're gonna have to survive the hippie apocalypse. So we'll have to prepare for the oncoming tree huggers anywhere from turn 30, but they'll definitely be here by turn 35. A survival campaign of sorts. Now, this is not just any standard Bretonnian campaign, because I've installed a bunch of mods to make things more interesting. The first is a mod that makes the army composition of endgame armies a lot harder, filling them up with stronger units. In order to withstand this hippie apocalypse, we'll have to focus on growing as fast as possible, in order to get some type of weaponry capable of withstanding them. That brings me to the mods that I'm looking forward to playing the most: French tanks and Gatling guns. That's right, our saving grace from the oncoming festival-going hippie invasion are metal death machines with projectile explosives. So the plan is to try and survive with our French empire and blow hippies apart limb from limb. Sounds great, doesn't it? Now, the goal for this campaign, apart from surviving, I guess let's just go for the short victory and miserably fail at that when the endgame armies appear, because I just know we're not going to be ready for them. But we can try. That can't stop us from trying. The tank mods are not the only mods I've installed. No, we've actually got some other ones that rejig Bretonnia up as a faction in general. So if you see here in our building charts, there's a bunch of new buildings with a bunch of new units. So to make things more interesting, there'll be some fresh faces in this campaign. Now, if we come down here to the tech tree as well, you can see this is a brand new tech tree. If you'd like me to explain exactly which functions are new and which functions are old, then you've come to the wrong video, because I've actually never played a Bretonnia campaign before. So this will be my first exposure to the faction. Correction, my first and last exposure to the faction. Alright, so my game plan essentially is to prioritize growth as much as possible. So the economic investment seems good. More growth and more income. That's always going to be good. That's always welcome. Here we have Lewin Leoncoeur. Thank you for pronouncing that right before I clicked on you, because otherwise I just would not have done that. And we also have Florence Dubois. I assume that's how you say it. Our starting army's actually not too bad. We have Grail Knight. Well, honestly, that's pretty much the only good unit. The Knights of the Realm, they're not bad as well. So by prioritizing growth, let's upgrade that and let's get a growth building. And we're going to get a pox shelter. That's going to give us an extra 20 growth. All right. So the plan of attack, I'm not exactly sure yet. I haven't done a test run on this yet. I played as a different faction. However, one mod I installed made all these new factions or new faces spawn without a starting army, meaning they're virtually sitting ducks. So yeah, don't be surprised if a bunch of these French factions just get rolled over from the very start. We're going to have to take it on ourselves to be the ultimate Frenchman. Enough of all that. It's time to take out this bald dead guy and kill him once again. Now, we could fight this battle, but I'm incredibly lazy, and if I see a decisive victory with low casualties, I'm going to use it. Now, we actually got a mission to attack this settlement. What are we going to get for that? We're going to get that's chump change, actually. We're not going to get much, but we're going to do it anyway. Common theme you might sense in this campaign is some French-on-French warfare. Now, unfortunately for these guys, they're going to die, but fortunately for the betterment of the French people, I'm going to be the ultimate French guy. So it's for the betterment of the French people that I have to kill the French people. I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm actually a double agent, and my real goal is to destroy the French from within. Now, the main threats to us at the start are going to be the vampire counts, both factions. These guys were already at war with. Vampire counts, yellow guys. And these guys, the Barrow Legion. And we're not at war with them. We are at war with some angry cucumbers. So essentially, the Great Duke, the Mondo Duke, we're at war with, and these guys. But the Barrow Legion, they're going to attack us at some point. And usually, depending on what happens up here, that might present some type of a threat to us as well. So I think we have to kind of hunker down, get some type of a good force here, and then start to move out. Where we go, what we do, I still haven't decided yet. But we have a commandment for taking that, and we're going to get more growth. Prioritize the growth. Expand the faction. I mean, I guess the good thing about being French is you don't really have to feel bad about doing bad things. That's just kind of in your nature. All right, so we're going to recruit some more units here, and that's pretty much it for the first turn, unless there's any quick deals we can make. Yes, there is. We're going to get some non-aggression pacts with some fellow Frenchmen. Let's go. You're going to pay us for that, and so are you, actually. Thank you, Chillfroy. He's just a chill guy. All right, well, that was just about as good as a first turn could have gone. One thing we kind of don't want to happen is these guys to come and attack us. So I think we're going to try and dispel of the vampire counts first, but they're usually pretty strong. So we really need to build up our force. Okay, awesome. So we can actually get ourselves some trade with Hagen, and I'd ask him why the long face, but I'm sure it'll improve after a bit of trade with us. Okay, so we've built ourselves up a nice little 20 stack here, and we can actually start moving down to attack the vampire counts, which we're going to do, and we're going to get some attrition, which is annoying, but can't really do anything about it. There's the Red Duke right there, the man himself, and we've leveled up as well. So what are we going to get? Well, I think we should get an early start to the French military-industrial complex by acquiring some type of Gatling gun straight away. So let's do that. And then the next one should probably be some form of cavalry. Okay, and extra growth as well. Okay, we're actually in range. Let's go ahead and attack the Red Duke. We're going to take a Mondo Duke on his settlement. A close defeated things. Wow. Oh my god, it's actually going to be a siege as well. Terrible. And let's get a couple more trade deals going on here. $31. We'll take that. What are we going to get? A close defeat? Yeah, they've got a lot of spear infantry. Man, they have a lot. Well, I don't think we can beat that, to be honest. They've got a bunch of like good units, like the Grave Guard. The problem is that we're gonna have to take a lot of risks and move a lot faster than we probably should, because it's already turn 5. Now, 30 turns might seem like a long way away, but well, it's only 25 turns away now. That 5 turns went just like that. So this might be a battle we actually have to fight. There we go. They've attacked us. The odds aren't looking good, but if we win this, we'll be in a much better position. Okay, Red Duke, welcome to the first battle of the campaign. All right, so we've got a little starting position right here. We've set ourselves up on a hill. Now, a number of units that are new, at least, to the campaign, are at least in this battle. These guys right here. These guys are the dual-wielding psychopaths called Men-at-Arms Bracket Axes. End bracket. All right, let's get a nice little charge on this unit of Black Knights. And our Grail Knights are really going to be our saving grace in this campaign. Sorry, in this battle, that is. We just have to make sure the skeleton spearmen don't enter. That's all right, they're actually not. So we can just focus on killing this one unit. All right, what's happening over here? Got our Circle of Death, and he has another 2 bodyguards with him. All right, we've started fighting here. Oh, what a charge. All right, why am I not using these? I'm an idiot, that's why. Things are not looking good. I did not see our woman get killed, but she's dead. So there you go, I guess. This should be a very good charge here. And charge them again. Okay, not good, not good. But we took the Red Duke out. Awesome. We're actually doing not too bad. We're going to have no one left after this, but oh man, hopefully we can do it. Surprisingly, Lewin is actually doing very well at the moment, which he usually just straight up sucks. All right, let's get a good charge off on these guys. Oh my days. We just got to do cycle charges now. We should win this. And we actually won. My goodness. Okay, so we took a Mondo on the Red Duke. And unfortunately for us, our damsel in distress actually suffered too much stress and crumpled over and died slowly. But look on the bright side. We have destroyed the vampire counts. Now we only have the Barrow Legion left on this side of the map to take out. All right, so with this settlement captured, our main focus can probably switch over to Grom. The average average Walmart customer. He also has Da Fishy Tittle Muncher. Somehow that kind of sounds like the title of a porno. We do actually have to keep an eye on these orc boys up here because undoubtedly they're going to eventually attack me. I don't think Chilfroy is going to be able to hold out. And unfortunately for us, we have another enemy in the Barra Legion over here. So hopefully our French compatriots can lift their weight a little bit and take at least one of these guys out. Although I don't have high hopes. All right, we can build something else, but we're actually going to demolish this because interestingly, we can't actually recruit any more peasants because if we do, then we're going to have some negative effects because we already have the most amount of peasants that we can. And as you can see here in our peasant economy, we currently have negative 7% income from our farms. So we want this number right here to be 14 or below, and then we'll have enough farms to tender the fields. Another thing we have to keep an eye out for is the chivalry bar. So basically, we can get chivalry points by doing certain actions and winning better and bigger battles. And each new tier that we unlock gives us varying effects. And as you can see at the last tier, it's going to give us a whole shit ton of effects for a shit ton of units. So getting the chivalry up by a bit would be nice. However, I don't know how much we're going to be able to get this up before the endgame strikes. We shall see. We're going to go ahead and get a sergeant at arms as well and try and put him over here. And yeah, let's get some trade going with Volcard de Montfort, who's most likely going to die soon. One other cool system that we have in our Bretonnian campaign is piety. Now, piety is a currency that we're going to gain by, again, probably just doing battles and other things like that, but they're actually useful because you can upgrade units with them. So as you can see here, if we go on the Knights of the Realm, we can get this unit an extra 8 armor and 5 melee attack for the price of 85 piety. There we go. And as you can see, it's got this nice little icon here to let you know that this guy's a Giga Chad compared to this guy. Fucking loser. All right, not good. As I thought, they completely skipped the CPU. They're actually not even at war with each other. And they've come straight for me. What do they have? They have a much better army than I do. That makes things a little bit harder for us. How much have we healed? We've healed up a little bit, and these guys are barely healed. They're going to attack us next turn. Almost guaranteed. Oh, I didn't even realize, but we've actually killed the only faction we needed to kill to get these short victories. So now we just have to capture another 28 settlements. And just as I thought, they attacked us. Now, I can't lie, that does look enticing. I do hate me some siege battles, I can't lie. I think the problem with this is that Grom is like right next to us. So if we don't have an army, he might just attack us in a couple turns and we'll die anyway. So I might actually need to fight this. All right, let's go and attempt to fend off the angry cucumbers who are on our front doorstep. All right, well, I thought it was going to be a siege battle, but clearly this is not a siege. Although there are some structures on the side here. I don't think we can man them. Anyway, well, they're going to be attacking us, aren't they? So we can kind of be really a bunch of pussies and set up on this hill, maybe. Let them come to us. I know that's probably not the pro approach, but hey, I'm not a pro. I just get paid to play the game. Still not a pro. All right, so this is the game plan that I've come up with. Let's see if this actually works. It might not. It might. Who knows? And hopefully these guys stay hidden back here. And this is who we're coming up against. And I feel good. I feel good about this. I reckon we can win. I guess those battle odds say otherwise, but who knows? All right, let's send these guys over. And then let's get them. Oh, I can probably send these guys across. All right. I think we're doing all right. Just trying to hold them and then essentially just attack with my cav. All right, let's get a nice little charge in on here. These guys dead? Basically dead. I think we're actually going all right, though. I think we're doing not too bad. Get a nice charge in there. Oh, there we go. We actually won. Nice. All right. Well, we did quite well, I think. Honestly, we lost less than half of our army. So, yes, now that we've taken care of this psychopath, let us execute all the captives that we have. I guess I was right. Montfort is no more. Oh, we can get some regiments of renown. And our main man, Lewin, has unlocked a Royal Pegasus, and so has his bodyguard. There you go. They're all going to be absolutely decked out on flying fucking Pegasuses. And like I thought, these guys have come around here and trying to attack us. All right, let's recruit some of these regiments and let's go out and kill these guys. All right, now that we've taken care of that absolute raging psychopath, we can move on to different phases of our plan. All right, let's have a look at who actually hates us in this campaign. Obviously, these guys. Grom's a close second. The Shadow Legion also hate us. They'll probably declare war on us soon. The Shadow Legion sub also also hates us. Shocker. Really, it's just a bunch of sex criminals and people on the FBI most wanted list right here. Look at this guy. He's done some unspeakable things in his time, and this guy barely fits on the frame. All right, so I'm thinking that we heal our guys up, then we move on to Grom and take out a nice sizable portion. How many pieces of land? Here's 3 settlements, so it'll be this one here, and then this one in here. So we'll have a nice little chunk out here, and then we can start confederating 1 or 2 of the French neighbors, and then really just take these guys out, and hopefully these guys at some point, if someone doesn't already take them out. And then at that point, well, we can address it when we get there, but at that point, I think we'll have a nice bit of land carved out for ourselves, and we can really just focus on preparing and trying to get to the tanks. All right, so Grom is actually pretty strong at the moment. Probably worth getting another force down here to try and come down on Grom. We can get Arthur, Lemerix, or Kylian Mbappe. Let's go with Kylian Mbappe. These guys just seem like incredibly expensive. Yeah, let's go and take Bordeaux. Bordeaux with Lunan. And yes, we're going to declare war on Grom, the fat meathead of a man. Perfect. And we got some regiments. Good. And they're going to attack us with both of these armies, which is actually a lot of them. Hopefully we don't die. Well, we actually have 109 piety, so maybe we can upgrade one of these units. That is a funny looking Frenchman, if I say so myself. Let's get him more armor. Oh, hello, a fellow Frenchman. Honestly, anything for you, baby. Anything for you. So this shady arm breaker has come to attack me at Bordeaux, and our forces actually aren't that strong, but nonetheless, we're gonna fight. Now, I could lightning strike this. Yeah, let's lightning strike it. All right, and to give you a little close-up of a new unit we have, these guys are called Dragoons. They are dual pistoling, missile cav, and honestly, they look phenomenal. Now, these guys are gonna be pretty easy to take out. However, we do have to watch out for the mangler squigs. They're like an ADHD kid on a caffeine overdose. Now, they don't have the best melee defense, so we can take them out pretty easily, but they'll take a unit with them if we're not careful, so we have to watch out for that. All right, let's see the Dragoons in action. Oh my god, they look so fucking sick. Oh, that animation is fucking brilliant. God, do I love that. Let's see this guy do it. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know why I love that animation so much. It's just, it looks beautiful. Oh my god, Lewin almost died. We have to be careful of that. All right, let's see these squigs get absolutely torn apart by bullets. I mean, they must be really fucking hard targets to hit. I can't lie, look at them. They are doing everything they should be to avoid gunshots. And so far, they're doing a pretty good job. How much health they got left? None, apparently. All right, there we go. That was a successful battle. All right, so although we won, we did lose a lot more men than we probably should have. And it's going to be a common theme in the campaign because, well, French peasants fucking suck. So let's execute the captives and we will live to fight another day, although I doubt they will. All right, we've got some, well, we've got 1 regiment. So let's recruit them, level up our main man, and let's go and take out the captives. There we go. And we have ourselves potentially some more Regiment of Renown units. We shall take them. Okay, Lewin has leveled up 1 more time. And we get some more melee defense for Arnold. Oh, what's his name? Arnud. Whatever. Not much more we can do here. Probably worth getting these, I guess. And another spearman. All right, so the problem is we're not strong enough to actually take Grom on right now because basically our entire army is made up of peasants who will get absolutely smashed by Grom. What we could do actually is maybe try to attack these guys at their castle. Let's actually try that. Let's see how we go. How does that make sense? We get a Pyrrhic victory or a valiant defeat. If we lightning strike, we get worse odds. How does that make sense? I think we're going to take this Pyrrhic victory, honestly. We just lose a couple of peasants. It's not the worst. It's not the end of the world. Although we do, yeah, we lose 1 regiment. I'm not fighting that siege. I refuse. All right, let's occupy it. Ooh, there we go. We actually got a good Regiment of Renown right there. Another good cav unit. And all these guys are dead. We get 3 of them. And Lewin has leveled up yet again. We get some less upkeep and more melee defense for our Sergeant at Arms. Now, we can actually get some more non-aggression packs with our fellow Frenchman, and we can also get some military access with him. So that's good because we're going to get some more money out of it. And unfortunately, the elves still don't want to trade with me. Oh, we can actually get some trade out of the Fey Enchantress. So let's go ahead and get that. Awesome. There's $500 that we didn't have before. So surprisingly, Grom did not actually attack Bordeaux. Now we're kind of at a catch-22 right now because I'm still not sure we have the forces required to beat Grom. He's going to be a challenge to defeat, and our profit margins are razor thin. So let's hope we get some type of support from these guys down here. The French, we need to unite. Now, because I am so absolutely certain that our terrible army can't take on Grom, I'm gonna actually fall back with my main army and try and recruit some more units here. Hopefully, we can hold out a little bit. Yep, there he is. Look at him. He has almost 30 units. All right, I just hope we can take some of them out. They lost 200 men. It's not too bad. All right, so Grom's really only getting stronger, and we're just out of his range. Okay, we can get a little bit of money from Middenland, and we can get some trade out of these guys too. So we have enough money to get probably one more unit. But the problem is that we're still not even strong enough to take out this force. Now, we are cutting razor thin profit margins right now. We are barely making any money. So at some point, we're going to have to actually fight Grom. And I'm not looking forward to it. Mainly because the majority of my army is made up of peasants. And they've got some strong units like the River Trolls, Stone Trolls, Mangler Squigs. I mean, Grom himself is going to be damn near impossible to kill. We're just going to have to see what happens. Now, I wonder if we can do a little bit of cheese here because we're in dire straits right now. We're going to lose some money the next turn. So we kind of got to do something. So let's try and attempt this. Let's see if this is going to work. All right, let's continue that siege. Drag these guys over here. Now, I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see if it does. Okay, now my idea is basically to try and get some free kills by chopping away at them with our trebuchets and mortars, and then just withdrawing from the battle. Let's see if it works, though. All right, it seems to be working. At least we're doing a little bit of damage to them. Now, how much this is going to matter, I don't know. It might not matter at all. All right, we're just going to sit here and try and kill them. All right, our mortars have used up all their ammunition, so you can fuck off back there. You got a grand total of 7 kills. Wow. This is very much worth it. The trebuchets have been firing for like less than a quarter of the time, and they've already got way more kills. All right, we have all our weaponry destroyed, so not sure how worth it that was, but let's just withdraw, everyone, please. A draw. Beautiful. Well, we took out a grand total of 168 of them. One thing I didn't actually see was this army here. They've got more freaking units, and they're strong units too. All right, so Grom has attacked us. One good thing about this is, well, at least we can set up some defense. So they have to attack us. Let's see how we go. All right, this is the defense we've set up here. The best we can do. There's no real hill for us to actually use. So their reinforcements are going to be here in basically 2 minutes. It's the same as ours. Now, these guys, they've got a lot of strong units. The Mangler Squigs, they've got them. These units are actually good if they can get off a lot of shots. They've got the Stone Trolls, which is a tier 3 unit that will just destroy our peasants. But I think the biggest problem of all is actually going to be this lard ass. It's going to be Grom himself. And the reason being is he has a lot of health, but not just that, he actually has regeneration as well. So we need to deal a lot of damage very quickly and kill him. Otherwise, he'll just regenerate his health back. And that's the same as this titty muncher as well. He's pretty much the exact same as Grom, only he doesn't have a chariot. So this is going to be a very difficult battle for us. As you can see in the battle odds right now, they're leagues ahead of us. All right, they're on their way. Quite honestly, let's just set up our artillery over there. All right, let's try and skirmish as much as we possibly can at the moment. All right, let me toggle that flying and let me get all these units to attack Grom immediately. And let's charge their backline units. Oh my goodness. Man, I have to lock in for this. The micromanaging is insane. All right, let's try and get Grom. See how Grom's health has just completely recovered? That is not a good sign. Can we get any of these guys to go and attack Grom? I don't even know where... Hold on. Where is Grom? Oh, he's over there. All right, attack him. Yep, we are losing some men. Okay, we lost. Well, much like I feared, Grom's army was just way too strong for us to actually handle. Yeah, we didn't even take out that many of them, unfortunately. Oh well, hopefully we don't die. Guess I spoke too soon, hey? Well, there goes our entire army. There you go. We don't have any armies at the moment. And we have 14 turns of safety left. Everyone's been killed. At least the Barrow Legion are destroyed. Although it's the dwarves who also hate me. I would say things could be worse, but they kind of can't. All right, now the challenge is, can we build ourselves back up to defeat Grom before we get wiped out by endgame stack armies that are just... They're going to be a lot better than Grom's army. I'm not looking forward to our odds. All right, we have our main man back, Lewin. So the new plan is we've got to to build our forces back up and hope to take out Grom kind of quickly. It's already turned 18, and man, did the French suck even more than I expected them to, which is, that's saying something, because I did not have high hopes. On the bright side, Chilfroy actually is at war with these guys now. So I think the game plan is to just build up, hunker down for a couple turns and build up the strongest force we can. It's turn 20, so we don't have long. We kind of have to prepare now. And Grom's kind of an afterthought. If he doesn't attack us, great. Let's see. All right, we're going to lose Castle Bastogne. That was kind of expected. Same as this. Grom is coming for our head. All right, we actually still have that, surprisingly. I'm going to recruit 2 Pegasus Knights. Hopefully these guys can help us out a little bit. Maybe even 3. All right, well, the vampire counts are back, I guess. All right, we can get some Royal Spearmen at arms. And we can actually get ourselves a defensive alliance with Chilfroy, finally. Okay, well, we're nearly there. Once we get these units, we'll have 15 men. And slowly be on our way to a much better army. Although we have regressed. We have lost all this territory and we are basically just back to our starting point now. And it is turn 25, so pretty much any time now, we're going to get the endgame message. Things have definitely looked better in my life than this campaign right now. I mean, look at Grom's army. It's honestly disgusting. All right, we can do a defensive alliance with the Fey Enchantress as well. Military alliance, stuff it. All right, we've got a whole bunch more money for that. We have a grand total of 2 gold at the moment. Oh man, this is a struggle, this campaign. What's happened over here? These guys have not lost like any units, have they? No. All right, well, let's attempt to reinforce this force right here with our new and improved army. Oh my goodness. We're actually going to get low casualties and take Grom out. That's unreal. All right, let's kill the fat bastard. Thank God. All right, beautiful. And we have some more Regiment of Renowns. Now the question here is, do we attempt this battle? Because we're going to get 5,000 gold from it. It thinks we can win too. Let's give it a crack. All right. Are they going to attack me? Yes, they are. All right. They're much worse than our cav. All right. Let's attack these guys. Get a nice charge on this cav. We've got an extra unit here. And then let's go and take them out. A small force has flanked us. Where? Where is this force? Oh, they're over here. All right. Let's hit them. Their backs. We are losing men here. We are losing men. All right. Our Pegasus Knights actually aren't too bad. Let's get a closer look at them. I mean, they're covered in fucking blood. We are just losing too many units though. That's just our main problem in this campaign. We just can't seem to stop fucking dying. All right, let's kill these Black Orcs. Get a good charge on these guys. And I think we actually should use one of these units to kill those archers. All right, we're surviving a bit better now, which is good. We just need to do a couple more charges to really damage these guys. All right, I think they're starting to rout a lot. Lunan's actually a lot stronger because he's actually got a Hippogriff now. Ooh, most of our cav are fucking not happy with us. They're retreating. Oh no. Do we have what it takes? Let's kill them with the Hippogriff cav. Oh my god. God, this is intense. We just need to kill their lord and I think they'll rout. Oh, everyone has routed. Ooh, that's not good. All right, come on, kill their lord. My goodness, this is actually coming down to the wire. All right, Lewin. Oh my god, he's just sending this little fucking goblin flying. How are we going over here? Not too bad. All right, take out this. Just move on. We have to really focus on killing the units that are actually still alive. All right, you're routing. Move on to them. These guys are all routing. Move on to them. All right, we can actually pull this off, I think. Oh my god. We have one more unit. Lewin and one unit of Pegasus Knights that are not routing at the moment. All right, kill these archers. Please kill these archers. All right, we just basically are left with Lewin himself now. I don't actually know who's gonna win this. This is ridiculous at the moment. Oh my god. We might just outlast them. All right, that's pretty much the last unit that we have to take out. These are great orcs over here. All right, it's coming down to the wire, boys. Oh, the battle odds have shifted. Oh, they're routing. Oh my god, we actually won with Lewin himself. All right, I don't even want to know. We just built this army too. All right, so the new army we just built is virtually destroyed, but hey, look on the bright side. We now have a lot more gold than we did before. And Lewin actually has gained himself the Sword of Curon. Sword of Curon? I'm probably saying that wrong, undoubtedly. So yeah, he's now at least a little bit stronger, but we're actually going to march back and resume building this army. Okay, what regiment of renown? Well, we can pretty much get an entire army with new regiments of renown. That's ideal. For now, I think that's good. good, and we actually have 18. So we're actually doing not too bad. And on the bright side, Grom is actually falling a lot since we beat him. It might not feel like we're moving forward, but we are making some type of progress. And we can actually use some of the piety that we've gained to make some of these units a bit better, which I think we're going to give them the Blessing of Zealotry, which gives them an immunity to psychology and just buffs their charge and weapon strength. In terms of our goal, we really haven't made much progress on it, but it will come. All right, so it might seem like I've been kind of fucking around a little bit for 31 turns, because we still only have these 2 provinces, but I promise you, it is all a part of my master plan. Losing those battles, it needed to be done. Trust me. Anyway, the first step to our recovery is taking back this. So now that we have that province secured, we've been secretly researching a technology which is going to let us confederate with Gisserix, who are kind of the strongest Frenchman clan out there right now. They have 4 provinces, and all of these are going to become ours. So we'll have this nice little chunk of land all to ourselves now, and it will be at the expense of other people's work, because we've done pretty much nothing to get that. All right, now let's get a couple more deals going with the rest of the French population, and we really are building some type of French hegemony or French alliance amongst, well, the French. So if we can somehow unite all of these factions, we actually might be kind of strong. Maybe. I'm still unsure about that. Anyway, we definitely don't have that many turns left before the endgame crisis happens, so we really need to start getting some type of tanks or Gatling guns soon. Oh, thank you for saving me the time to hunt you down. Where have these guys come from? All right, that should be the vampire counts taken out again. All right, there we go. We've destroyed them. And what did we just unlock? Shock Cav. Okay. And just like I was saying, we get to spend 5,000 in our treasury, and we can confederate with Gisserix. Or we just lose all our chivalry, but I'd rather pay the money. And just like that, we have ourselves a lot more land. As you can see, it's now 6 out of 30. All right, now let's see how incredibly wasteful the AI has built their forces to be. I mean, yeah, these look terrible. I mean, so much so that I could basically just get rid of this entire army. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to get rid of these guys. And there it is. Officially, in 10 turns, the endgame crisis is going to start, and it's going to plow through our lands virtually unstopped if we don't get some tanks. So I think we need to honestly just not worry about Grom at the minute. Grom is secondary now. We need tanks, and we need tanks fast, basically. And finally, we can get some high elves to be on our side. So let's do some trade and non-aggression pact with them. And here we get to form another confederation with our French compatriots. There we go. So now we have all of this big chunk of land up here, and we've got 8 out of the 30 settlements that we need. Chilfroy's army is, to be completely honest, I don't think we need it. So let's actually just disband this army altogether, and we don't need Chilfroy at the moment. All right, we have the actual ability to finally start work on the siege workshop. Oh my god! Grom has got himself 4 tier 4 Arachnarok spiders. That's crazy. We can't help you out. All right, let's recruit this army and see if we can win this. We actually do win. All right, good, because I don't want to fight this. And yeah, why not? Let's do a defensive alliance with the High Elves. I think that'll provide us a little bit more support with things. And can we negotiate with these guys at all? We'll pay them for trade. Whatever, it's Tyrion. He is a strong ally to have if we can get him. All right, we're actually more... we're playing kind of like a fucking diplomat rather than someone who actually has any real strength. That's all right. Hopefully that's all going to change within a couple turns. Okay, so for the past 10 turns, we've been pretty much just preparing for the endgame crisis armies to get here. And by preparing, basically all we've been able to do is try and get this building right here, which we just unlocked this turn. What this basically means is if I recruit a lord here, who do we want? Chilfroy. Let us recruit you. And what this means is that we can finally recruit some tanks. Oh yes, baby, some tanks. Now, which tank is better? I'm not sure. I suppose let's go for the Char Leon. And now we're going to double down on these tanks, I think, because we're actually going to get rid of this guy's army completely, march back into here to give ourselves a little bit more room, and kind of get rid of any units we really can. And Orion's army is finally out. Probably one more turn until the endgame crisis actually happens, and we're a little bit behind schedule, but there's not too much more you can do. I think what we should actually do here is recruit another lord for the sheer purpose of actually recruiting more tanks. That way we can march 2 separate ones down. And gentlemen, the endgame crisis is upon us. There we go. We've got the ultimate victory, which we're not going to worry about at all. But essentially, inside this little pit, this little wood forest of hell is going to be the most outrageous looking armies. And we're definitely not ready for it at the moment. Although we are on our way to becoming ready for it. Now we just need to keep recruiting as many tanks as we can. All right, with the endgame factions here, you can see we are at war with a lot of people, but that should mean that there's more deals for us to make. And no, there isn't. Well, I guess there will be more deals for us to make. And you can see that we aren't even on the map for the strength comparison. Yeah, we're kind of not ready for this. All right, here we can see there are there's already armies coming out of here. This chick is just standing on top of a horse. Not sure if that's exactly how she's supposed to be looking, but they're going to start piling out. And these guys are already running for their lives. So at least we have a little bit of a buffer, but this buffer is not going to last long. All right, well, we can have a look here and yep. These armies are going to be completely ridiculous. They're going to have Treemans, Zotes. They're going to start absolutely destroying. Oh, yep, they've already taken this land down here. And it's not going to be good. We're not going to have fun without tanks. All right, we have finally got some tanks in Lewin's army. And the dwarves have identified the Treemen as a real threat. So now the entire world just has to try to unite against these guys. And yeah, look, they're going to take probably these two to the point where it might actually be worth us trying to abandon this settlement, and more recruitment capacity would actually be good. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. All right, look at this, man. Jesus, these armies. There's 4 of them as well right now. I mean, really, we're just going to use Chilfroy as like some weird type of Uber taxi service of delivering tanks straight back to Lunan's army. Ideally, before we actually have to fight any of these guys, we should be able to get roughly 7 tanks in our army before then. Actually, if I can recruit Hagen, I can draft another tank inside here, can't I? And we can get a defensive alliance with Avalon. That's definitely something we're going to do. We can get a defensive alliance before trade. That's kind of crazy. That was bound to happen, but at least we can now see what these armies actually look like. Oh, these are the most outrageous armies. They have just basically an entire army of tier 4s, which is probably not going to be possible to actually take that army out. But I hope the tanks can pull their weight a bit. And we actually have 2 of those armies on our doorstep right now. I actually think we got to retreat a little bit. All right, give Lewin even more tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks. Just keep making tanks, I guess, until we can't make any more. All right, so we have a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tanks at the moment. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the way. 7 actually on the way. So we're going to have close to a full army, a full stack of tanks. And we're going to need it because we got these style of armies coming our way, which are just utterly ridiculous. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 visible tier 4 units. So that's not going to be fun, but let's see what happens. Oh my God. Who the fuck is that, bro? He's on a dragon. Oh my days. These armies are, yeah, they're going to be fun, aren't they? Are they at war? They are at war. I don't know why they're fighting each other. They literally have death on their doorstep. Anyway, can I make any quick deals over here? That would get me a lot of money. Why don't I do that? And we'll get some trade going with these guys too. A defensive alliance with Tyrion. Yeah, let's do that. We now have 2.6. That's got me thinking I should get another tank under construction. I guess I could get some of these boys as well. Probably the tanks first though. They are definitely stacking armies over here. Jesus. Oh my goodness. You can kind of see what we're up against. Just ridiculous looking armies. And there's more where that came from right throughout here. We just can't see it yet. Speaking of which, let's try and see if we can see more. Okay, yes. As you can see, we can see a lot more of the endgame armies here. Oh my God. We are not ready for this. This is going to be an absolute endless onslaught. I think I just need to get rid of mainly all these units that I'm just really not going to use. Like, these guys are good, but I think they're going to die a lot sooner than a tank would. All right, Grom has been destroyed. Yep. All right, we have officially got 15 tanks in this army. We've got 1 more tank coming from there. Now, the question really is, who do we attack first? I'm a little scared, not gonna lie. Good thing is, a bunch of the high elves are coming in as well. You can see here, they're attacking some targets. All right, let's get this tank down there. And we can kind of start our march as well with Lewin. win. That's a close victory, apparently. All right, well, we're going to auto-resolve that. And for the betterment of my tank army, I'm going to have to disband all of my cav units. And, oh my god, we're going to have to get rid of Chilfroyd too. And we're actually healing now. Tyrion is officially hit land. I don't know if he's going to win against this freaking behemoth of an army. I already know that's going to be crazy. Oh my god, the reach these guys have is actually pretty crazy. They can all reach this. You know what? Why don't we go down here, almost meet Orion, but we get to link up with some of the high elves as well. I think that's going to be the play. Also, there's like just 100,000 fucking wood elf armies over here, so it's probably not smart for me to go down there. So let's attack this. That way we get the best of both worlds a little bit. Ooh, nice. Durthu's over there. All right, we're going to take this and hopefully kill Durthu in the next turn. And that Durthu army is honestly not too bad. All right, now these armies are a little bit harder. All right, let's kind of push on to the edge of our border. Really try and get them to attack me. Okay, wow, they actually attacked us. We got to retreat that because there's 3 freaking armies there. All right, Orion is in my striking range. Let us go and take him out. Oh no. He ran away. What a little pussy. Oh, yes. Come to Papa. I mean, bro was running, and apparently he's going to win. I don't know how that makes any sense. All right, well, it's finally time for us to test out the tanks in the flesh, or in the metal, I should probably say. Now, if we have a look here, there it is in all of its beauty. Oh, look at it. An absolute metal-moving death machine. So that one is the Char Leon, and there is a couple of different units. This one is the Char Flamme. I assume that's how you say it. I definitely prefer this unit. I just think it looks better. This kind of just looks weird from up top. Kind of looks like there should be something here, and there's not. But anyway, that still looks good. And what's the other one? What other one do we have? The Cassius, sorry, the other one. That's what I'm going to call it. I don't even want to pronounce what it is. And this one also looks pretty freaking nice, if you ask me. So, we're going to be versing Orion, and I don't think we're going to have a problem killing him. I'll be honest with you. Let's just stack our tanks up. Now, in terms of the ones that are the best, I think the Char Flamme does a little bit more damage, maybe? No, not even. But it does fire damage, I think. Or armor piercing damage. But it has a lot less range. So the Char Leon and the other one, they have a lot more range. Considerably, this one has 400 range, which is crazy. All right, so this is what I've come up with. Let's see how we go. Are they going to make it to us? Are they going to make it to our metal death machines? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think these guys are going to have a good time. Oh my goodness. What about here? They doing any better? Nope. I don't think so. Oh, they actually made it. Now we actually have another ability on the tanks called Emergency Vent. Now it just releases a very uncomfortable heat wave. Just kind of hot steam. Kind of like an iron does. And let's get some of these units to actually focus on Orion himself. Let's see Orion tanking some hits. Oh my goodness. He's trying to throw a spear at a tank right now while getting shot with ludicrous amounts of bullets and flamethrowers, I guess. Oh, maybe that'll work. Although you are bleeding profusely, Orion. You really are. Holy crap. Yeah, he's not going to last too long. All right, I think this battle went pretty well, considering everything. We didn't lose too much health. And we killed Orion. There he is. All right, so we completely obliterated Orion's entire army. And with their army barely even making it to us. And we took no losses. So you can kind of see just how freaking powerful and strong these tanks are. However, we did get kind of lucky there because that army was nowhere near as strong as some of these other ones that have treemen in them, and they also have other strong units. Like these ones aren't too bad. But if we were to take on all 3 of these armies, I think just the sheer amount of numbers they have would just overwhelm us. So we kind of have to pick our battles. And luckily we have a bunch of high elves around us right now. So they can kind of take a little bit of the attention off just our main army here. And we can kind of just move around a little bit more freely. When I get this land right here. All right, let's prepare ourselves to attack this chick called Tala. Now that's a bit more of a harder army. A crushing defeat, it thinks. All right, so we're going to have ourselves the second tank battle, and our odds do not look good. We're up against some treemen and hawk riders and other fucking mysterious looking creatures. Let's see how we go. All right, here we have it, our tiny little circle of death. All right, let's see how we go against these hawk riders. Straight through. Missed them. Oh. Jeez. And they barely made it to us. They really did barely make it to us. What about these guys? Oh no, they did a bit better. However, now they're going to get shredded by our machine guns. They thought we only had cannons. No, who's really shooting who here, hey? Look at them just falling down, just dying everywhere. All right, what about the rest of these guys? Let's focus on the dryads, probably. All right, they should be dying, like, immediately. All right, focus one treeman at a time. I want this treeman to die, like, immediately. Let's let out our heat. All right, nice little heat wave there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Look at the death. I want to get a close-up of this guy just fucking shredding these units. When you try to shoot a tank with a bow and arrow. Nice little close-up on this. Oh, my goodness. It was so nice. I had to do it twice. Oof. Now, these tanks really are just ridiculous. It just doesn't matter what you do. It's a tank. You can't really do much more. I mean, especially when you bring, you know, not the greatest units in the world. Although, this army is actually a bit of a step up from Orion's army that we fought just before this. So, it's good to see that the tanks are doing okay still. And by okay, I mean shredding countless hippies. All right, we absolutely shredded that lord. Oh my God. All right, close victory. That was a little better than the predicted crushing defeat, and we killed their entire army. Awesome. We again didn't lose a single tank. All right, let's execute them, and that's a second successful tank battle from the French. And siege engineering is probably going to be the one that we want to get to next, although that's going to take a long time to get there. But it's going to give us better reload, missile strength, range for all of our tanks, so that'll be good to get. Okay, so if we actually look at the map for a second, we are basically completely surrounded by enemies. All of this is controlled by the Wood Elves, and this part too, as well as pretty much all of this, or at least a big chunk of it. So the Wood Elves are starting to move down on Sylvania, and they're also kind of moving inwards this way, and I fear that this was them, and really there's only one more settlement in between me and another Wood Elf faction, who currently the second strongest in the game. Well, yeah, that's not good. So, I don't know. We'll see how well we can last. We've got 9 out of 30. We might just have to do a little survival play and just try and take out as many as we can. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There's literally 5 Endgame armies right there. All right, let's keep an eye on these armies here. Oh my God, there's even more armies here than I thought. Poor little me over here. I can't do anything against that. What can I do? There's literally, I mean, do we want to count this as an army? Let's not even count that. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 armies marching on me right now, and they can all reach me, can't they? Oh man, that army's easy to take out. We just need to get it on its own, but we can't do anything against 8 armies. That is simply too much for us to handle. I think we have to fall back. Oh, yep, exactly what I thought was about to happen has happened. There is an army that has come around our back door, and they're about to destroy our newfound ally. Holy shit! Oh my goodness, this doesn't look good. I mean, just look at how many armies there are in general, and we only have a single one. We literally have one army because it costs 8.5k just to upkeep this one army. So if we had any other armies, we'd pretty much go bankrupt. I suppose I don't see these guys surviving too much longer. So why don't we do a military alliance and just get paid? Just make them pay us as much as they can. Yeah, 2,800. All right, give me money. You're not going to exist for too much longer. All right, so I've come to the executive decision that we're not going to reach 30 settlements, and we're also not going to beat all of these guys. So my one and only goal now is to destroy the Oak of Ages. That is the new goal for the campaign. So let us start making our way down there. And to help out on that goal, I'm going to get a Regiment of Renown unit. And essentially, this is a Gatling gun that just destroys units. You can see it has 810 missile strength. So it's quite strong. So as you can see, the more you go into this little forest, the more you realize that looks can be deceiving. They've got a couple of defeated armies here, but just up the road, you've got these freaking armies. You know what? To actually help us out, let's get all of our allies to try and attack this one part over here. Let's see if we can actually punch a hole through their defenses. Just leave this side completely undefended. Whatever. Oh, Orion has a much better army now. Jesus. Oh my God. They have even more armies over here. I don't think we're going to be able to do this. Oh well, all you can do is try, I guess. You know what we might be able to do here is actually lightning strike it. Gentlemen, I've got a very, very bold idea, which will either end up in a giant ball of flames and violently screaming because we're getting burned alive, or or it'll end up in complete success. There's kind of no in between, so let's attempt it. Okay, look, we get a decisive defeat. Sure, but if we lightning strike it, so we take out Orion's army and this other army, the defeat's actually not too bad now. And honestly, I think it's kind of manageable. So let's attempt to kill them. Now, the good thing about this battle, I mean, besides the fact that we are fighting with an army of tanks, is that it is a wood elf siege battle, which basically means there's no walls, there's just a couple trees in between us, and we can kind of just stand off and bomb the shit out of them. And to help us out with this, we've also got our 3 new units, the Gatling guns, which we can see just how well they're going to work in a minute. I think my goal for this battle is to try and overwhelm one side at a time and then just kind of roll up these hills and just murder them all with my tanks. So it should be good. Hopefully it's good. All right, we've got these tanks first, taking on 1 unit of Blade Singers, which I should absolutely destroy them. Oh, they're running away. Cowards. I mean, I can't blame them. I'd run away from a fucking barrage of tanks too if they were coming at me. And that is why you should have kept running. Why did you stop running? All right, let's get everyone to just absolutely decimate this dragon right here. Just show him that he really did not make the right decision coming out. All right, come on, lads. You can destroy this guy. All right, let's get all 3 of you guys. Just release that. Thank you. All right, how are we going over here? Not too bad. We have some wild stags, though. Let's get these guys around here. All right, keep going, lads. And just shoot the back of these men. Yep, this dragon's just about dead. What about you guys? You can probably kill those guys up there. All right, now focus on the treeman. Let out a bunch of hot steam. Oh, that dragon wants more. Guess I wouldn't really advise that. All right, let's keep fighting up this hill. Oh, shit. There is a lot of men right now. Let's get you out of here, Lewin. All right, focus on them. 1 unit at a time, man. 1 unit at a time. That's how we're going to destroy them. You guys can get the next. All right. Nice. We just got to keep this hot steam up, and this dragon will just not fuck off. Oh my god. All right, that magical cavalry is pretty much dead. I mean, these units have been doing pretty well for the most part. It's just look at how many freaking units of archers they have. They have so many archers. All right, use that. You use that. Oh, here we go. They're going to fucking jump. There we go. All right. We're going all right. No one else to really hit right now, so maybe we continue up this hill a little bit, get these tanks in a better position to actually impact that battle. And oh sweet, let's march up this hill now. That treeman is fucking burnt wood now. He's really just firewood. All right, let's kill these sisters over here. All right, march up there, get you in a better position, and get you there as well. All right, everyone, 3, 2, 1. Steam party. Most of my tanks up there are actually kind of weak though, not gonna lie. All right, let's keep going. And I want to get you guys off my back a little bit. Kill that glaive guard. All right, use that. Awesome. You 2 use that as well. Bang. Let's use you up there. Get Lewin involved. Why not? All right, all my tanks are just gonna fucking murder them. Everyone focus these guys. Even with trees in the way, I mean... I mean, these archers just really don't stand a chance. Look at that. It's not fair. Modern warfare, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, those archers, they don't have long. All right, we got to get a little bit better formations going here, man. What is going on? All right, just get out of there, Lewin. All right, these tanks are just engulfed. Look at them. They're just hitting these tanks with their sharp, pointy sticks. It's not actually doing that well. It's not really effective at all. All right, march up there and let off a giant fucking steam ball right here. Send them into the heart and steam. Oh my goodness. All right, we're running out of ammo. So let's send them kind of around here. The rest of you guys, you can use a nice little steam explosion. Oh, beautiful. All right, there we go. We won. All right, well, we just took out 2 of their endgame armies. Well, actually only 1 and a garrison, but we lost a tank for the first time. But if you just look at some of these tanks, oh my god, 227 kills right there. Damage gold value of 3,000. Look at this one. 2.5k gold damage. I mean, honestly, we're doing well. It's just that the endgame crisis factions are, they're just ridiculously strong. Well, I think we should sack this place and then see if we have enough to actually try and fight another battle. And I think we do, and we can fight it against Orion. No, we can't. All right, well, the next battle... We can't move. The next battle is going to be the final battle, clearly, because we're in the heart of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, potentially these armies are going to join in as well because they can reach us. So who knows how many battles we're going to be fighting here, but let's just see what happens. Oh, there it is. We are going to be fighting 1, 2, 3, 4 armies, but 3 endgame crisis armies with our entire army of 18, well, it's actually 17 tanks, and they're all pretty much at half health. Actually, it's less than 17 tanks because we have 2 Gatling guns. All right, well, the final battle, I guess. Okay, so I have absolutely no belief that we're going to win this battle. So I guess we're just going to have to try and deal as much damage as we possibly can and just go out in a giant blaze of glory. All right, we've got some type of crisscross formation so they can all fire effectively. Let's see how much damage we can do. Their reinforcements are going to be here in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 minute. All right, we really do not have long. All right, let's kill these Deepwood scouts over there. Number 2, kill those Deepwood scouts. You guys can kill them. Well, we've lost our crisscross formation. All right, let's send in Lewin. The reinforcements are here, and we can watch as the real-time battle indicator shows us how fucked we are. All right, come on, Gatling guns. I want you to absolutely dismantle them. All right, Lewin's going down. A fucking lightning tornado storm just took him out. Oh well, we've already lost 2 tanks, soon to be 3, and we should take these stag knights out from behind. That'd be ideal. And right when they're in our midst, use our abilities on them. All right, come on. We're doing not too bad. I mean, we're so fucked though. Look at that. Oh, we're going to get destroyed. It's all right. We know we're going to get destroyed. That's why we're here. Send them in. All right, come on. We can take out more than this. We have fucking tanks, for Christ's sake. Who the hell is that? He's got a dragon. All right, new goal. Take the dragon out. We're losing ground. We're losing tanks by the minute. Oh, we lost another tank. And look at the battlefield. It's filled with all of our destroyed tanks, our destroyed machinery. It's a sad day. Oh, this is our final 2 tanks up here. They're surrounding our poor tanks. Our final tank, all but 1. He fights on. All right, that was a fucking quick battle screen. Well, we lost everyone, and the endgame crisis armies live on. But I'm going to stop there because I've been recording for over 8 hours. This could actually be a fun campaign if you want to try it out, but I'd probably recommend giving yourself more time than, say, 30 or so turns until this shit happens. But I guess the concept was more of a survival campaign than actually winning the campaign. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I want to give a quick shout out to all my patrons. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and helping me keep this stuff going. And if you actually made it this far, then thanks for watching. And comment baguette in the comments to let me know that you actually made it the entire way through. If you did, something is incredibly wrong with the wiring inside your head. Anyway, that's all for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next.